Hello all, welcome to Genius channel. We'll continue with NDA 2 2021 question paper, maths question paper. So we have already done some questions. So remaining questions we are seeing today. So NDA 2 2021 maths. So that is what we are going to see now. Okay, so we have already seen some of the questions. We are seeing the remaining ones. Okay. Okay. So let's see the question number 32. If X, Y, Z are in GP, then which one of the following is or are correct? Okay. If X, Y, Z are in GP, then which one of the following statements is correct? Okay. So first statement, ln 3x, comma ln 3y, comma ln 3x are in AP. So they have given X, Y, Z are in GP. These are in GP. So you have to see whether ln 3x, ln 3y, ln 3x are in AP. Then next statement, xyz plus ln x, xyz plus ln y, xyz plus ln z are in HP. Okay, so you have to see which of the following statements are correct. Okay, so let's see. So that is a little bit blurred. I have already read ln 3x, ln 3y, ln 3z. Okay, yeah. So we know that if x, y, z are in GP, ln x, ln y, ln z will be in AP. Will be in AP. Okay. So if 3x, if x, y, z are in GP, 3x, 3y, and 3z obviously will be in GP, isn't it? If x, y, z are in GP, 3x, 3y, 3z will be in GP. Okay, so we can write ln 3x, ln 3y, ln, that is natural logarithm, 3z. This will be in AP. So the first statement is correct. First statement is correct. Okay. So first statement is correct. Now we have to see the second statement. So this is correct. Second statement, xyz plus ln x, xyz plus ln y, xyz plus ln x are in HP. Okay, that is obviously wrong because we have ln x, ln y, ln z in AP, isn't it? This is in AP. Okay, so surely this cannot be in HP, isn't it? Reciprocals of this will come in HP. Okay, so the second statement is wrong. So one only, that is the correct answer. One only is the correct answer. Okay, so moving on to the next question. So you have to, when you get a question like this, you have to analyze each statement properly and good. Okay. So moving to the next question, question number 33. If log to the base 10 2, comma log to the base 10 2 raised to x minus 1, comma log to the base 10 2 raised to x minus 3, sorry, x plus 3, this is plus 3, this is minus 2, this is plus 3, are in AP, then what is x equal to? We have to find what is x equal to. Option 0, 1, log to the base 2, 5, log to the base 5, 2. So how would you proceed? How would you proceed? So let's see. So they are saying which all things are in AP. Log to the base 10 2, comma log to the base 10 2 raised to x minus 1, comma log to the base 10 2 raised to x plus 3 are in AP. So just writing here because this is a little bit blurred. Okay. Yeah. So if these three are in AP, we have, if three terms are in AP, we have middle term as a plus c by 2, isn't it? So I can write 2 log to the base 10 2 raised to x minus 1 is equal to log to the base 10 2 plus log to the base 10 2 raised to x plus 3, isn't it? This one I can write like this, just applying this property. Now what I can do is I can just write this as log to the base 10 2 raised to x minus 1 the whole square is equal to log to the base 10. This is plus, no, so that can be converted to multiplication. So this will become 2 raised to 2x plus 1 minus 2 raised to 2x, 2 raised to x, 2 into 2 raised to x is equal to 2 into 2 raised to x, 2 into 2 raised to x plus 6. Okay. So if we take everything to one side and solve this, what happens? So if you want, we can replace this 2 raised to x as a, isn't it? 2 raised to x as a, for example, for solving this. Okay. So this is just basics. 2 raised to x is equal to a. If I am putting and just showing every step, once you solve this, you will be getting the answer of x. Once you solve this, you will be getting the answer of x. Okay. So this will become okay, so once you solve this, you'll be getting, if you write 2 raised to x is equal to a, then once you solve this, you'll be getting a as 5, Okay, so you have to just put 2 raised to x here as 8. Then solve this, you'll be getting a as 5. So what you'll get? You will get 2 raised to x is equal to 5. So taking log on both sides, you will get x log 2 is equal to log 5. That is nothing but x is equal to log 5 divided by log 2. That is nothing but log to the base 2, 5. Log to the base 2, 5. Okay. So that is option C, log to the base 2, 5. Option C is the correct answer. So what are things we have read? Just summing up. So we have first used 2b is equal to a plus b, a plus c, that is mean of an AP. That one we have used. Then in this question, there is coming of a quadratic equation where we've got 2 raised to x is equal to 5. Then we applied log on both sides. So x log 2 is equal to log 5. From that, we found out x is equal to log 5 by log 2. So that is log to the base 2, log to the base 2, 5. So that is option C. So moving on to the next question. So see if S is equal to, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, how many different 3-digit numbers from S can be made, which is less than 500? So very direct question. So how would you solve this? So we'll do this very easy question, direct question. See, we have to form 3-digit numbers, isn't it? 3-digit numbers. So that should be less than 500. So here we can have 4, 3, 2, isn't it? So 3 digits are possible here. Here they're saying all digits difference. That means repetition is not allowed. So 1 is sitting here means there are totally 7 numbers, isn't it? So there are 6 is possible here, 5 is possible here. So 3 into 6 into 5. So answer is 90. So moving on to the next question. So we are moving on to the next one. That is question number 35. If p is equal to 1, 1, 1, 1 up to n digits, then what is the value of 9p square plus p? If p is equal to 1, 1, 1, 1 up to n digits. Okay, so here it's a matter of just substituting and c. That will be enough. So if it is n digits, so I'm just putting n is equal to 2. Then what happens here? P is equal to 11, isn't it? So 9p square means 9 into 11 square plus p, isn't it? Please 11, isn't it? Please 11, isn't it? So 9 into 11 square plus 11. So you'll be reaching to 1100. So what would be the answer? See, this is nothing but 10 raised to n. That is 10 raised to 2 into p. 10 raised to 2 means 100 into p is nothing but p is 11, isn't it? So that is 1100, isn't it? 1100. So answer is option A. Option A is the correct answer. Here option A is the correct answer. So moving on to the next question. The quadratic equation 3x square minus k square plus 5k x plus 3k square minus 5k is equal to 0 has real roots of equal magnitude and opposite sign. Which one of the following is correct? Okay, so this is a question from quadratic equation. Okay, surely we'll have to use alpha plus beta formula. Alpha plus beta, alpha beta. Okay, so how do you do? So we have alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a. Alpha beta is equal to c by a. Try with that. But see, in this question, they are saying that has real roots of equal magnitude but opposite sign. Okay, so which is the correct option? You can just directly go for the answer without substituting this one. That is no such value of k exists. They're saying real roots of equal magnitude and opposite sign. So no such value of k exists. Okay. So moving to the next question. Next one. If an is equal to n into n factorial, then what is a1, a plus a2 plus a3, etc. up to a10 equals to? So this is just a matter of substituting different values and see. Okay, so an they have given n into n factorial. So what is a2? A2 is 2 into 2 factorial, isn't it? So that is 2 into 2. So that is 4. Now, if I'm putting a, so an is where then what you have to find a1 plus a2 plus a3 etc. up to a10, isn't it? So so what is a1? A1 is what? So we got a2. A1 is what? 1 into 1 factorial. Now what about a3? A3 is nothing but 3 into 3 factorial. 3 into 3 factorial, isn't it? 3 into 3 factorial. So a4 is what? A4 is 4 into 4 factorial. So if we add all these things means 1 plus 2 into 2 factorial plus 3 into 3 factorial plus 4 into 4 factorial plus etc. So which is the option that is possible? Which is the correct option that is possible here? Okay, so see here, so this is nothing but so see if I take a1, that is what that is n plus 1 factorial minus 1, isn't it? N plus 1 factorial minus 1, isn't it? So see here it is a10, no? So that is a10 means 10 plus 1 factorial, 10 plus 1 factorial minus 1. So that is 11 factorial minus 1. See, that is simple. See, a1 plus a2. What is a1 plus a2? That is 1 plus 4, isn't it? That is 5. That is 5, isn't it? So that is what? 2 plus 1. That is 3 factorial minus 1. So that is 5. So a1 plus a2 is what? A1 plus a2 is 2 plus 1 factorial minus 1. 2 plus 1 factorial minus 1. So here A10 up to A10 means that is 10 plus 1 factorial minus 1. 11 factorial minus 1, option D. Okay, so moving to the next question. So here the answer was option D. Okay, option D was the answer. Yeah, so moving to next question. If P and Q are the non-zero roots of the equation x square plus px plus q is equal to 0, then how many possible values of q can q have? How many possible values can q have? Okay, so here we can write pq. See here p and q are the roots, no? So p plus q is equal to minus p, pq is equal to q. So that means p is equal to 1, isn't it? So that means q is equal to what? P is equal to 1. If P is equal to 1, what do you get for Q? P is equal to 1. So 1 plus Q is equal to minus 1, isn't it? So Q is equal to minus 2. Q is equal to minus 2. So once for what is the one such value possible? That is one value of Q. We are getting only one value of Q. Q is equal to minus 2. So the answer is option B, 1. Next question. Okay. So next one. Determinant A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. What is 3D plus 5G, 4A plus 7G, 6G? So this determinant is what you have to find out. Okay. So that is very easy. What you'll be getting the answer, that is direct, isn't it? You have to apply the properties of determinant. Apply the properties of determinant. Once you apply the properties of the determinant, you'll be getting the answer as option D. Apply the property of determinants. Elementary operations. So going to the next question. If 1 by B plus C, 1 by C plus A, 1 by A plus B are in HP, which one of the following is correct? 1 by B plus C, 1 by C plus A, 1 by A plus C are in HP. What is correct? Okay, so see, A, B, C are in AP. That is obviously correct, isn't it? Obviously correct, isn't it? Why? Because we have already studied if A, B, C are in AP, 1 by A, 1 by B, 1 by C are in HP. Okay, so that first option is correct. A, B, C are in AP. Then B plus C the whole square, C plus A the whole square, A plus B the whole square. So they are in GP. So that we cannot say. They are in GP, we cannot say. A plus B plus C the whole square, C plus A the whole square, A plus B. We cannot say that. Okay. So one only is the correct option. One only is the correct one. One only. Next question. If A is equal to 1, A 0, 1, where A element of N, that is A is a natural number, then what is A raised to 100, my matrix A raised to 100 minus A raised to 50 minus 2 A raised to 25. Okay. So listen, see, this is a matrix of the kind 1, A, 0, 1. So just see what is A square, what you get for A square. If you do what you get for A square, see, A square means what? 1A 0 1, isn't it? Into 1A 0 1. So if you do this, you will be getting the answer as 1 plus 0 1, A plus A 2A, 0 plus 0 0, 0 plus 1. So that is 1. Okay, so if you do A cube, what you'll be getting? You'll be getting 1 3A 1 3A 0 1, isn't it? So if it is A raised to 100, what you'll be getting? You'll be getting 100A 0 1. So a raised to 50 will be what? 150a01. A raised to 25 will be getting 125a01, isn't it? So now what you have to do is you have to just substitute here. So when you substitute, you'll be getting what? You have to substitute here. Okay. So you have to take 2a raised to 25. 2a raised to 25 means this will become 2. This will become 50a. This will become 2, isn't it? So now subtract these two from this one. So this will become 1 minus 1 minus 2, isn't it? 1 minus 1 minus 2. So that is minus 2, isn't it? Then 100 minus 50, 50 minus 50, 0. Then 0 minus 0 minus 0, 0. Then this will be 1 minus 1 minus 2. That will be again minus 2. So what is this? That is minus 2 identity matrix. So answer is option A. Okay, so you have to just get this idea. What is a square, a cube? Then you should be able to write a raised to 100, a raised to 50. Then you'll be getting this answer. Okay. So moving to the next one. Moving to the next one. If a minus a, this is this determinant, this whole determinant minus KABC minus KABC is equal to 0. So I'm not reading everything. I'll just see this. This determinant minus KABC equal to 0. We have to find the value of K. So here surely you have to do elementary operation. So try, you can try. If you want, you can make the rows 0, isn't it? If you want, we can add R1, R2 implies R1 plus R2. Then this will become 0, 0. Then you can try R3. R3 implies R. If you want, you can try R3 implies R3 minus R2. R3 minus R2. Perform the elementary operation. Make the rows zeros. Make maximum zeros in the inside the determinant. Then find. Directly take the determinant. You'll be getting the answer as K is equal to minus 4. Perform the elementary operation. Perform the elementary operation. Okay, so you'll get K is equal to minus 4. K is equal to minus 4 as the answer. So next question. What is sigma I is equal to 1 to I is equal to 1 to n? So sigma is n is equal to 1 to 8 n plus 7 I raised to n equal to, where I is equal to root of minus 1. I is equal to root of minus 1. So we know that sum of the 4 consecutive terms will be what? 0, isn't it? 4 consecutive powers of I will be 0. So here we have to do from n equal to 1 to 8 into 1, 8 plus 7 up to 15. So I raised to, so very direct question. I raised to 1 plus, I raised to 2 plus, I raised to 3 plus, I raised to 4 plus, etc. up to I raised to 15. So here up to 12 will be over. Up to 12 will become, I raised up to 12 will become, I raised to 12. Up to 12, that will become 0. Now this is just but I raised to 13 plus, I raised to 14 plus, I raised to 15, isn't it? So that we do, when we do, that will become minus 1. So that is option A. Minus 1 is the correct answer. What is the value of the following? Quote sine inverse 3 by 5 plus quote inverse 3 by 2. Very direct question. You have to apply only if you want. You can apply here sine inverse. You can convert this quote inverse to sine inverse. Just take the triangle. Just take the triangle. Then you apply quote inverse x plus quote inverse y. So if I am converting this as, this is 3 by 5, isn't it? So theta opposite 3, 5 here, 4. What is quote? Quote Cot theta is adjacent by opposite. So that is 4 by 3. So this one I can write cot inverse 4 by 3 plus cot inverse 3 by 2. So apply the formula of cot inverse x plus cot inverse y. Cot inverse x plus cot inverse y formula you apply. Then inside this root, sorry, inside this bracket, what you'll get? You'll get cot. Very direct question, isn't it? Cot inverse. Once you apply cot inverse x plus cot inverse y, you get cot inverse 6 by 17, isn't it? So cot and cot inverse x will go. You'll get the answer as 6 by 17. 6 by 17. Next part. Next question. So here the answer is option A. Okay, option A 6 by 7. 6 by 17. 6 by 17. So moving to the next question. That is also a question from trigonometry, very easy. Let 4 sine square x is equal to 3, where 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to pi. What is tan 3x equal to? So here from here we can write sine square x is equal to 3 by 4. Sine square x is equal to 3 by 4. You need to find tan 3x, isn't it? You need to find tan 3x. How would you do? If we have sine square x as 3 by 4, we have sine x as what? Root 3 by 2, isn't it? Sine x as root 3 by 2. So what is x you are getting? X you are getting as 60 degree, isn't it? 60 degree, or can say 5 by 3. So what you need? You need tan 3 into 60. Tan 180 is what you need. What is tan 180? That is nothing but 0. So moving to the next question. Let P, Q, and 3 be respectively the first, third, and fifth term of an AP. So that is a question from AP. So this time IPGP, they have asked many questions from APGP, HP. So that is direct formula substitution. You have to find the value of common difference. Read the question. You have to find the value of common difference. P, Q, and 3 respectively be the first, third, and fifth term. So P is nothing but A. Q is the third term, that is A plus 2D, isn't it? 3 is the fifth term. 3 is the fifth term. So that is A plus 4D, that is given, isn't it? So this A is nothing but A is P, isn't it? This is also P. First term, they have given P. So you need to find the common difference, isn't it? You need to find the common difference. If the product of PQ is minimum, what is the value of D they are asking? So PQ they are giving as minimum. Okay. So if we apply, just subtract this, what you'll get? 3 minus Q is equal to 2D, isn't it? 3 minus Q is equal to 2D, and they are saying PQ value is minimum. PQ value is minimum. Then what is the value of D? PQ is minimum. So multiplication, you have to get minimum value. So for PQ, PQ should be minimum, they are saying. So PQ should be minimum means PQ is equal to, we can take as 1, isn't it? So once you substitute that, you'll be getting the answer as option C, 9 by 8. Option C, 9 by 8 will be the correct answer. Okay, so moving to the next question. Consider the following statement in the respect of roots of the equation. Roots of the equation x cube minus 8 is equal to 0. The roots are non-collinear. The roots lie on a circle of unit radius. Which of the following statements are correct? Okay. So here both 1 and 2, both the statements are correct. Both the statements are correct. That means, see, the roots are non-collinear. See, they are saying this following, consider the following statement with respect to the roots of the equation. So x cube minus 8 is equal to 0. So the roots are non-collinear, that is correct. Roots lie on a circle of unit radius, that is also correct. So here the option is both 1 and 2. Both 1 and 2. So next one. Let the equation sec x cosec x is equal to p have a solution where p is positive real number. What should be the smallest value of p? What should be the smallest value of p? Sec x cosec x is equal to p. Sec x cosec x is equal to p. Have a solution where p is a positive real number. So 1 by sin x into 1 by cos x is equal to p. So that is what they have given, isn't it? So how can you write if here I am multiplying 2 and 2 in the numerator and denominator? 2 by sine 2x is equal to p, isn't it? 2 by sine 2x is equal to p. Now what is the smallest value of p that you need, isn't it? So that is 1. Otherwise, if you are taking 0, this will go to infinity, isn't it? So 2 by 1, so that is p. So 2 is equal to p, that is the minimum value, that is option C. So thank you all. We'll see you with the remaining questions in the next session. Thank you so much.